Well, there's so much focus on financial topics lately, specifically retirement, the horrific bear market that we're experiencing, and where you can turn locally to help gain some education and information about how to make your retirement just a little bit better.
We have with us two independent advisors with the Retirement Education Institute, a local organization with the mission of putting retirement strategies to work for people. Patrick Jolliffe is a certified financial planner, practitioner, and chartered financial consultant, as well as the founder and president of Jolliffe Capital, Inc., a registered investment advisory firm registered with the Security and Exchange Commission.
Along with Pat is Sean Mercer, president of Mercer Financial Group, a local firm specializing in retirement distribution strategies geared toward principal protection, predictable income, and minimizing income tax. And with them is Eric Barden, president of Barden Capital. Hi,
welcome,
gentlemen.
guys.
Hello there.
Good to see you.
So Pat, let's start with you, president of Jolliffe Capital Incorporation, and you're also an advisor with the Retirement Education Institute. So what do you think is the biggest advantage of having Eric?
Well, Eric brings Wall Street to the living room for us, essentially. He's been a very successful mutual fund co-manager in the past, just a tremendous talent. You know, so much of what we do through the Institute is based upon education and information, personal financial planning. We've talked about that before. We like to advocate that everyone in the process is accessible, and Eric brings that to the table also. So we have the opportunity on the equity side now, and that's what he will talk about, is he custom crafts the equity side of the portfolios for us. We've talked about the income that we put together, the income producing assets. There's the equity side of the portfolio also, and that's what Eric does for us, and so he's accessible. As a matter of fact, he's with us this week, and he's going to be live and local tonight down south at the DoubleTree in the Denver Tech Center around 6:30. We're getting together. Would invite everybody to come out and see him. Then you can go to our website or give us a call. And also Thursday night, we're going to be at the Rock Bottom Brewery up north. So if you'd like to come out, have some questions answered by Eric, get a chance to press the flesh and meet him personally, please do so.
Okay, Pat, so for people that maybe, obviously are thinking about retirement, but maybe aren't a real expertise, don't have an expertise in financial planning, how does Eric's expertise, how would that help on the equity side like you were talking about? How does that help them?
I think it's his background and knowledge. It's from a global economic perspective. He can speak to that certainly better than I can. But what's important for us as advisors is we calculate what we refer to as a personal benchmark. Everybody has their own individual internal rate of return need for their portfolio that it needs to achieve to help them sustain throughout retirement. So when I'm doing the planning on that, I have the opportunity to get Eric involved directly so that he can help us in that calculation for the equity. And then also our clients have the opportunity to meet him as well. So it's kind of like being able to sit down and speak personally with a mutual fund manager, but most people haven't had that opportunity.
Yeah, and I don't want to embarrass you here, Eric, but I have just some copy points of what you've done. I mean, your experience in education is amazing. Of course, you've been on CNBC, Bloomberg TV, quoted in the Wall Street Journal, Washington Post, president of your own firm. So how do you feel? What's the advantage here for our clients, for our viewers here? If they come to see you, what do you think the advantage is?
Well, really the goal is to try and bring institutional caliber investment management down to the retail level. Commissions have come down a lot over the number of years, and it's much more cost effective for individuals to construct their own portfolio of stocks rather than utilize mutual funds. It gives you some tax management benefits, but I think most importantly during the traumatic period that we're going through right now, the ability to pick up the phone and talk to somebody with some historic perspective about what's going on in the markets really helps relieve some of the concerns that people have.
Yeah, I tell you, you all bring so many resources to the table for people. We're talking about these seminars, and you also have the REI website, happiness.com, and then you have a radio show that Pat and Sean that you guys have on the weekends. Tell us about that.
That's correct. Really what we've tried to bring to the table is a collaboration of all investment professionals, and we have had a radio program going here in Denver for almost starting in its 4th year. And it's on AM 560 KLZ. So it covers the whole state of Colorado, so everybody that's viewing in today will be able to catch that. And it's on every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. And we have Eric join us from time to time. He'll talk about, once again, the global perspectives of what the market is doing, along with domestically what's happening with that. And it's just a great resource for people to tune in. If they can't come to the workshops, they can tune in every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. on AM 560 and get all of that information over the radio.
Very cool.
Yeah, listen from the comfort of our own home. So, Sean, what do we do? I mean, a lot of people have been hit hard, and they're suffering from big losses with their retirement funds. How do you get that jump?
Well, I think people can position themselves in a few different ways. People that are in equity positions, we would recommend that they sit down and visit with us, because that's what Eric can do, is properly position them for the snapback. Because when the market does turn around, and there's a good possibility that we've kind of seen the bottom, there's 60% of the return comes in the first 12 months. So people want to make sure that their equity positions are adequately put together, and that's what Eric's expertise is. Then secondly, we have some of the largest institutions on the fixed side that are providing sign-up bonuses anywhere from 5 to 15% that people can open up those contracts. So if they don't really want to stomach the equity side, they can get it in a fixed arena and get some bonuses as well. And then lastly, people need to mitigate their taxes with their retirement plans. So if you're mitigating the taxes and you save 10 or 15% in tax that you would not pay, that's like adding 15 to 10% back in your pocket.
Yeah. Since you guys are experts in the radio business, I'll throw it out. Open lines here. Whomever wants to answer this can answer it. But in addition to so many people, I think, obviously, they're seeing their 401ks shrink and everything else, so that's a huge concern. But what else are you guys seeing out there, that the people that are calling and coming in and talking to you, what are some of their real concerns?
Well, I think one of the biggest concerns right now for people that concerned about outliving their income. You know, they've woken up at the beginning of the year with a sizable portfolio, and now they're down 40 or 50%. And so it really gets back to their financial plan, and they need to recalculate, I think, what that requirement's going to be. It really has a dramatic impact. And of course, we've talked about global economic issues. We've got a change, obviously, in the guard in Washington coming up. There's issues that are going to have to be addressed there. Are we going to be able to just grow ourselves back out of this, or are we going to have to sort of revamp the tax code, and how is that going to affect the personal rate of return of the portfolio? So people are scared, and I think there's a lack of trust just in the industry in general. That people have raised concern about. Lots of things have gone on in the financial services industry. So what we're trying to do through the workshops that we're doing and so forth is give people an opportunity to come in, no obligation, in a nice atmosphere, ask the questions that they have, get to know us a little bit. I think it's important for you to build that trust relationship, to get to know us and see if there's something that we can provide.
You betcha. Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
Good seeing you.
Appreciate it.
All right, with the right strategy and the right professional guidance, your retirement years can still be secure and financially sound. Your investments can also be protected with the right direction. Join an upcoming workshop with the Retirement Education Institute in your area.
Come meet Eric in person tonight at the Doubletree Hotel in the Denver Tech Center on Orchard Road. And tomorrow night, again, they're going to be at Rock Bottom Brewery in Westminster at 6:30. So log on to happynestegg.com to request a seat. And for information about the Retirement Education Institute, visit their website at happynestegg.com and click on workshops for a seminar near you. And there are several this month alone from Denver to Fort Collins, and they're free. You can register right online, and if you have additional questions, please call them. It's 303-320-1460, and the first 50 callers who mention the show today will receive a complimentary atlas just for calling. Dolph Capital Inc. paid for the segment.